Hi, I'm Pro 8 Jason Kokenzie out of Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm glad to be here today to give you some awesome information. My wife and I have been part of LifeVantage for just about 9 years. She has her own position in LifeVantage and made elite here in just about 3.5 years, and I enrolled as a distributor several years later. And we came to this business large part because of my wife's health, and absolutely changed her life, and she feels fantastic because of these products and what has done for her. And we, as a family, just could not do this business of LifeVantage. It has absolutely changed our life. And we're excited to be here today to be able to talk with you about a conversation piece that I probably get all the time. And that has to do with, how do I find a leader? And you know what? I wish there was some magic to just being able to lift up any rock and finding that leader. But at the end of the day, it's really not that easy. Everyone wants a star that will just absolutely make this business grow, and there's no magic formula for that to happen. But today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a few points to show you what you can do in order to better your odds, if you will, to help you find those leaders in your business here at LifeVantage. And what I find is that everybody joins LifeVantage for a lot of different reasons. And so that's a key part in understanding how we look at this whole entire business of LifeVantage and finding those leaders. What I find is that we just never really know who those leaders are going to be. And in my business is a great example of those. Sometimes we say those words like, oh man, if this person gets in the business, they're just really going to do amazing things. And sometimes those are the people that actually, maybe the most disappointing, but sometimes it's the people that we enroll that just do some really amazing things in this business, and so they become superstars when it comes to leadership. And so we really just don't know, but I'm going to give you some cool, simple ideas here to help you to become the best leader that you can become. And what I find is good leaders attract other good leaders. And so that's kind of the principle that I want to help you build a foundation on these points that we have here throughout the remainder of this time as we do this training. So number one point with this is, how you attract people to you does not have to be duplicated. I think a lot of times we hear all these different formulas and patterns of success of how to invite people and how to talk to people, and there's so many different ways. I know for me personally, I love social media, and I use social media quite a bit. And there's other people out there that use knee-to-knee, coffee shop meetings, home meetings, and those are all good and great and fine, and getting people to those meetings. The meetings are great. How you invite people, it really in a sense doesn't matter a whole lot. I invite people from social media at the same time. I invite people to coffee shops. I invite people to home meetings. When you find leaders, it's actually what happens after the process, after you invite them, after they get to a presentation, after they become a distributor in LifeVantage. So I don't want you to get so hung up on how you get a person to listen to the presentation, but rather what you do with the person after they hear a presentation. So that's important. Number two, and this is really, really a big one for me, and I hope it becomes a big one for you, is that you need to become the role model that you want other people to duplicate. One of the things I absolutely love about LifeVantage, we've been in this business for almost 9 years now at LifeVantage, and one of the things that has always stuck out to me is the character and integrity that LifeVantage as a company has had, but also the character and integrity of the distributors as well. And that's something I absolutely love about this company and about the people that are here at this company who are distributors in the company as well. And so I think it's super important that we will attract the right leaders to our company if we're the right role model that we need to be, by being people of character and being people of integrity. And so I really want you and encourage you to really make that as part of your daily routine, that when you're talking to people, which probably will happen on a daily basis, is make sure that you emphasize that character and integrity of, yes, corporate LifeVantage as a company, but also as the distributor field. That we are also people of character and integrity. And I really encourage you to really focus on that, because people want to join something that they can be a part of. And one of the things I've learned in the last 9 years is that people join you, and they join you because of your character and your integrity and your passion and your excitement. So the second point is, be the role model that you want people to be as well. And good leaders are attracted to other good leaders. And that's an important thing for all of us to understand when we go forward with this business, is that when we are people of character and integrity, we're going to attract those people as well. Number 3 is to focus on your story. Focus on your story. One of the most powerful things that you have is your story. In fact, if you attended this last Elite Academy in Long Beach, we actually had a fantastic presenter, Kendra Hall, who talked about your story and just how powerful it is. And I really encourage you to also focus on your story. Focus on a few different things: where you were, where you are, and where you're going with this wonderful company of LifeVantage and these wonderful products of LifeVantage as well. We all have a story. You have a story, and you may look at your story and say, well, I don't have anything that exciting. But I'm going to tell you something. Your story is going to relate to somebody else. There's somebody out there that's going to listen to your story. You may not think you have the greatest of stories, a dramatic story, but you know what? There are other people who have very similar stories to you that ultimately, when all's said and done, they're going to be able to match up their life to your story and say, man, that's a really incredible story. I see myself where you were. So what is your story? What's your past? Who were you in the past? What was your career? What did you do? What did you focus on in the past? And where are you at right now in the world of LifeVantage? You know, you may not have had exactly the place where you wanted to be in the world of LifeVantage right now. You may have been in this company now for days, weeks, months, or even years. You may be saying, I'm not where I want to be. And that's why the third part of the story is so incredible. That's where you want to be. Cast your vision, cast your goals. Let these people that, although I'm here right now in this business, this is where I'm going. This is what my plans are. This is what my goals are. And these types of stories attract people. But I also encourage you, along with point number 2, is that make sure your story is a story full of character and integrity as well. Make sure that these people see the truth about who you are. There's no sense in buttering up your story, making it different than what it needs to be. Be truthful about your story. It doesn't have to be dressed up. Tell them exactly who you are and where you're going with the story. Tell them about the struggles. Tell them about the successes that you've had in the company as well. Your story is powerful, and it can really create a huge momentum in your business by letting people know where you are, where you're going, and where you've been. And so the third point of your story is very important to helping also find other leaders too. They want to know what your story is. They want to know where you've been and what successes that you've had, even haven't. This is part of that developing the character and integrity of a company. They want to know the goods and the bads. And leaders really attract themselves to other leaders who are able to tell that story. So I'd encourage you to figure out what your story is. Write those things down. Write a list. It doesn't have to be a long story. In fact, often what we usually say is, can you tell your story in what we call an elevator pitch? Now, elevator pitch, what does exactly that look like? Well, that's really going to be different. I don't think you're really able to tell your real story within the course of an elevator ride. But what you're really trying to do is to intrigue them to listen to more. Tell them to listen to more about what the products have to offer. We have amazing products. So that story is actually really, really an easy story, but also the awesome story of what LifeVantage has as far as a business is concerned. Leaders love these things. And so it's really important for you to perfect your story in the way that you lead with this company as well. The fourth thing is that I really encourage you to always stay new. This is a big passion for me when I talk about this business and what to do with this business. And leaders want to find somebody who's doing it currently. They don't want somebody who did something 2 years ago or 4 years ago or 5 years ago, but they are attracted to people who are doing things right this very minute. So it's important for you to always stay new. You're saying, what does that exactly look like? What does that mean? Well, think about when you first became a LifeVantage independent distributor. What did those first 90 days look like? Weren't you excited? Now, to be honest, I've been in this business almost 9 years, and I'm still very excited about what LifeVantage has to offer. I believe that right now LifeVantage is in a very good place, and I believe that as an independent distributor, we have very good things coming in the future. But I know that when we first joined LifeVantage almost 9 years ago, I remember how excited we were to tell people about these amazing products, to tell people about these amazing opportunities. And we took those first 90 days as launch days. And the wonderful thing about our company here at LifeVantage is we have several things going on to help those first 90 days. One of the things that just sticks out there is the Pacesetter program, that getting to Pacesetter Pro 3 in those first 90 days, the company rewards you for different things that you do during those first 90 days when you get to Pro 3. So those first 90 days are very, very crucial to you and your business. So the reason why LifeVantage does that is because they want you to launch out with those first 90 days in excitement. And this is what I find is that excitement attracts other people. And so when I say always stay new, whether this is your 90th day or maybe your 190th day, if we stay new and stay with those same principles that we started off when we very first started, things are going to go incredible for you. So what does that mean? Well, when we first start, what do we always tell? Well, get your database, let's schedule some presentation, and let's continually do that over and over and over and over again. When do we stop? Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not quite Pro 10 yet. And that's where I want to be. And so for us, we constantly are presenting. We're constantly going out and talking to people about these amazing products and the amazing opportunity of what LifeVantage has to offer. And I'll tell you something, as time has gone on, as we have grown in this business, as we have ranked advanced in this business, it's got easier and easier because that excitement keeps building and building and building. And what that does is it continually attracts other people as we move on. And leaders are attracted to that action. They're attracted to that excitement. They're attracted to that motivation. And so I don't know where you're at in this business right now, but what I encourage you to do is go out there with excitement. Continue to present. Continue to invite people. I don't know who those leaders are going to be for you and your business. I don't know when they're going to come, and it might take a couple months. It might take a couple years. But this is what I do know. The consistency in your business to always stay new will bring those new leaders in sooner than later. So it's important to take that idea that you have, no matter where you are in this business, no matter how long you've been in this business, to constantly keep the thought process of staying new in this business. Are you staying new? Because if you're one of those people right now that you're saying, man, I'm really struggling in this business, well, the question, what is it that you're doing on a daily basis to make this business move forward? Do you want to find those superstars in your business? Do you want to find those leaders in your business? The key with that is staying new. Those leaders love to find those people who are constantly, actively doing the system of what this business is. Presenting, inviting, attending all those events like Elite Academies and the LifeVantage Academies and the different things that are going on within the company. Those things are crucial. They want to see people who are leading by example. And one of the best ways to do that is by staying new. The fifth and final thing that I'd like to talk to you about as well is converse with people who you want to be around. This is such a wonderful thing that we have the opportunity to be in a business where we get to invite our friends and family. And one of the things I often say when I bring in a new distributor, one of the very first things they always ask me, well, who do I need to talk to? And that's a great question. So usually what I say is, well, let's talk with about the first 5, 10, 15, 20 people. Let's focus on the first 5 people, though, and say this. This is my example that I usually give them. I would say if time and money wasn't an issue, and you could go anywhere in the world that you want to and invite these 5 people, who would those 5 people that you would like to invite? If you could just go to Hawaii tomorrow with 5 people that you could invite, who would those 5 people be? And usually, immediately, the people usually come up with these 5 people will say, well, you know, this person, that person, this person, that person, the other person. Well, I'd say, great. Well, let's start there. Because what I find in this business is that the people that I want to be around are usually good business partners as well. And so invite those people that you like to hang around with, that you like to be around with. And I'm assuming that if you're a person of character and integrity, that those people that you're inviting, those family and friends, are also going to be people of character and integrity. Who do you like to hang around with? And I promise you that as you go with that method, as you go invite people to listen to the presentation about these awesome products and this awesome opportunity, I'm assuming that you're going to find those leaders that are there in those presentations because these are people that you want to be around with. So my encouragement to you is invite people that you want to be with. You might have some people out there that you know that may have good influence or good ability to talk to people. But really the big question is, are these people that you personally want to be in business with? There's one thing that I know, that there's both good leaders and bad leaders. And obviously we want to find good leaders. We want to find people who have good character and integrity. So the key with that is finding people that you personally want to be around. One of the things I absolutely love about my business is that the people that I have in my business, whether it's people I've personally brought in this business or even my team, I just love the fact that they're people of character and integrity and that I actually enjoy being around with them. And when we go to Elite Academies and the different events all across the country, it's great to be able to look forward to being able to see them because they're people I truly, genuinely want to be with. And so my encouragement with that is that you also invite people that you'd want to be with. Now, I'm not sure who those people are that are going to be the superstars. I don't know who the people are going to absolutely be the great leaders in your business. We never really do. I know personally in my business that there's people who came in and I thought they were going to be great leaders and they did some great things, but that they kind of didn't continue to do the business, and that's okay. I'm not here to force anybody to do this business. I want people to do it because they want to do it. But I'll tell you what, it was so exciting when my first real leader came in this business. Now, I'll be honest with you. When my first leader really came in this business, I didn't know what to expect. In fact, my leader that first came in this business, to be honest with you, fell asleep twice during the presentation. Yeah, that's right. They fell asleep twice. And what was I supposed to expect from that? Did I expect them to be a great, amazing leader? Honestly, for me personally, I didn't have a whole lot of hope for the particular person. But you know what? They're absolutely an amazing leader. And so they're a person I not only like to have in my business, but they're a person I'd like to be around. So, guys, I want to encourage you. As you're moving forward with this business, as you're doing the things in this business, the key with finding the leader is be the person that you want to be. Stay new. Be that person of character and integrity. Invite the people that you want to be in. And in all this method here, that's going to translate to your team, that they're also going to invite the people that they want to be around. They're going to invite people of character and integrity. And so I encourage you. I don't know when these leaders are going to come. But this is what I do know. If you're consistent with inviting, if you're consistently with inviting with the people that you want to be around with, those people of character and integrity, I don't know when, but those leaders will show up somewhere in your business. So thank you for tuning in. Go out there, make this thing happen.